Most of you have made the commitment to getting and staying fit. Now's the time to take the leap in the right direction. But where is the best place to start? Jared Beckstrand is a physical therapist and an avid runner himself, and he's here to break down the steps to help you hit the ground running. Okay, so everybody wants to. This is the time of year when people start that.
New Year's,
exactly.
New resolutions,
I'm going
right.
to get out there, I'm going to start running and stuff. What is the #1 thing, the first thing we do before we even get out there go running?
Well, and so the first thing you need to do in order to prepare yourself to run properly and to have all the right equipment, basically, is that you need to go in and you need to find the proper running shoe. Lots of people don't exist that there are so many, or lots of people don't realize that there's so many different types of shoes that exist. The easiest thing to do is go in to pick, you know, the style that looks the best. However, people don't realize that not all running shoes are created equally, that actually those different styles do serve different purposes. What we tell our patients is, you know, there's 3 different types of shoe, basically depending on how much stability your foot needs while you're running. And those are the things that you need to look for.
You brought some shoes in here, and
I did.
I think when I look at these, it's like when I walk into a shoe store. I see a bunch of shoes. Hey, which look the coolest? The looks on these 3 are not what you want to accentuate. What is the difference on these 3 here?
Correct. So the difference between these 3 shoes are the amount of stability that the shoe offers, ranging from a most stable and kind of motion control type shoe all the way down to one that provides less stability. And a lot of that depends on muscle strength. The stronger you are, the less stability you need. Therefore, you can buy a different shoe for that.
If I'm the average person and I walk into an average department store, am I going to be able to determine just myself and looking at shoes what kind of shoe I'm going to need, or am I going to need a little better professional help with that?
And so most of the time you need a little bit more help with that. What I recommend to my patients is go into New Balance, go into the Salt Lake Running Company, go into somewhere that has experience with this. Tell them, I'm a new runner, I want to get started, I don't know which shoe to wear. They'll be able to help you out.
Okay, so that's step number 1.
Step number 1.
Get the right shoes before you even get out there. The #2 thing you say is to find a partner. What's the benefit to this?
And so finding a running partner basically just increases your commitment. A, it makes it a lot more fun while you're running, but B, it's a lot easier to get out and run with somebody. You know, if my alarm clock goes off at 6 in the morning and I don't have anyone that I'm going to meet or anything, it's really easy.
Snooze. You're going back to bed.
Alarm clock wins, right? However, if I know that I'm going to go and meet a partner to run and I have to be to a certain place at a certain time, you're going to be a lot more committed to it.
As we're moving along this commitment level, you say the next one is sort of an important one, which a lot of people don't do, but it's a step you say is important to actually sign up for a race.
Again, just getting back to the whole level of commitment to it. If you signed up for a race, you have a date and you have a goal in mind. You know that in 5 weeks, I have to be able to run so long of a distance. It's going to enhance your commitment level to getting to that point.
If people are a little intimidated by signing up for a race, I mean, because this seems like if you're just starting out running now for the first time, they're thinking, I'm starting out for a race? This could be a little bit of a big step here. Is that too much of a commitment?
You know, if you do it appropriately, don't sign up for a race next week. Sign up for a race a couple months down the road. Give yourself ample time to stick to a training program to be able to get to that distance.
Well, you mentioned the training program, which gets us to the next thing. You say it's important to have some kind of running program. What are we looking for in a running program?
And so the primary cause of injury that I see in my clinic is people who try to bite off more than they can chew. They try to progress too fast, they run too much too soon, and that's the quickest way to get injured. And so when I say a training program, we at Mountain Land Physical Therapy have actually adapted and developed a training program for beginning runners. It takes you from basically week 1 to running a 5K by the end of week 9, taking you from, I mean, day 1 is run for 1 minute, walk for 2 minutes, and then you repeat that series for up to about a half hour. Week 9, you're running a solid 30 minutes continuously, and it's just a slow, gradual progression to hopefully eliminate that risk of injury.
As part of an important training program is the running. Do we also need to be worrying about any other aspects of getting us in shape to be running here?
Of course you do. Strength training is a factor that everybody neglects. It's one of the most common factors that I see in my clinic. When people come in and they say, I'm running and I'm injured, the first thing that we look at is the strength aspect of it. A lot of times what we'll see is leg and hip weakness. People don't understand that running is intense. It's a repetitive, it's a long, it's a high impact activity that requires a lot of strength, specifically in your hips and in your knees. A lot of people, if they're not strong enough to do that activity, that's where you break down.
You know, Jared, you've done this great tool for us because you put on our website part of this training routine so that people can be in the right program for this, right?
Correct, yeah. So unique to our program, not only do we take you through the running progression, but we've also incorporated a strength progression as well. And so that's all on your website. You can also find it on our website as well.
How do people find you on your website?
mlrehab.com/run. And then you can also email me. I'm at jared@mlrehab.com.
Okay, and we'll let you know, of course, you can print out the entire running plan for free on our website. You can find it on our website or theirs as well. yourself. Thanks, Jared, for
Awesome.
stopping in.
Thank you.
Coming up.